Hello cutie pie cuties. I love this cardigan because all of the kids that I work with always love the little butterflies and I'm like, same. Same. And then they pick out their favorite color. I love the pink one, obviously. So today I want to, let me get my little notebook, talk about trusting your reality. Oh my gosh. Trusting your reality starts with trusting your perception of things, trusting and validating the way that you're feeling in certain situations. Like we talk about gut feeling, but you don't have to even think about your gut or any specific, because I know a lot of people have a hard time, like, how do I trust my gut? Is it anxiety or not? Okay, when you come to your calmest place, when you have a minute to breathe, what do you actually think about this? How do you feel? How did it make you feel a little off? Okay, valid. Feel it. Okay, what am I thinking about it? I think that was a little bit weird and off. Okay. So who at what point in time told you, not that you really have to dig and find it, that, yeah, but I don't know that it was really weird. I think it's just you that, sees things differently. Like, think, maybe someone talked to you like that when you were younger. A parent or friends around you that their parents were doing that with them, or people at school or teachers. Like, what is that voice telling you? Wait, question your own reality, because you shouldn't have to. If you thought that felt weird, probably did, right? So one of my favorite things to do with myself as I grow up, I don't like to say the word age because I'm not really aging. No, I mean, we all are, but like, I'm very young and I'm trying to counteract the idea that in society there's a certain point where you're young and then you're not. But as I keep growing, I really, really like to find ways to trust my reality and trust my perceptions, trust my thoughts, trust my opinions, and even if they differ from others, know that mine in and of itself, because I'm alive, because I'm a human being, because I'm a whole person, I'm allowed to have this one. And this is the one that I think is true. And does it mean it's an absolute truth at all times in every shape of the word and every form? No. Because of course there can be different things. You can also take a step back after a while and be like, wait, you know what? Okay, maybe I had this assumption, but finally, like, I'm changing my mind on. Things are malleable. Thoughts are fluid. You can change your opinion like you change clothes. It's fine. But when you encounter different situations or you're in an environment that feels off to you, you're allowed to own that for yourself and even just compare. Wait, when I'm here versus here, I feel this way, which is really good, calm, easy, and sound. And then here, I don't feel so. I feel agitated, I feel a little unwell, uneasy, I feel like I kind of need to check what I'm saying around this person, or I feel like they're kind of making some jabs, or like I'm not sure. And instead of jumping towards, yeah, but they're really nice, who cares? I hope they're nice, that's bare minimum, everyone should be nice. But I feel this way. Yeah, but they probably didn't mean it. Like, it doesn't matter if they meant it this way or not. They said it. You feel a certain way. You didn't love that. That's okay. Trust your reality. Trusting your reality is also being like, I'm in a neighborhood right now and I feel a little bit unsafe. Or I'm in a work environment right now and this feels like I'm not being supported. I don't like this. As a teacher, I've taught in many schools, I've taught in many subjects and classes with different support staff, different administration, and the one thing that has been a growing concern, if you will, for me, or even just learning curve, was really understanding that there are certain spaces in which I feel supported and there are that I do not. And that is not a me problem, meaning I could easily be like, well, they supported that other teacher in the class and that it must be me that isn't, doing something right, or they don't like me, or it doesn't matter. In this situation, I don't feel supported and I know that there are spaces where I do. I'm not going to start to wonder, is it them? Is it me? What's up here? I'm just going to embrace that I trust my reality. And in my reality right now, I don't feel like I'm being supported in the ways that I need or that I am worthy of. Therefore, either I'm going to change environment or I will attempt to express myself and see how they can mend that bridge and bridge that gap. But if they don't, I'm not going to knock 10 times at a door that won't open. I'm going to trust my reality that, this really didn't feel great, and I've had to do that multiple times with even in teaching situations where I'm like, it continuously doesn't feel good. And I know there are places where I feel fine. So I'm going to go seek out those places and those schools, etc. because this one just, for some reason, and I can't pinpoint why, although I know a few reasons, which is just stuff that doesn't really feel like helping. Maybe they're over their job and they're just kind of done with, or they're just invalidating themselves. I've had classes I've arrived in and they'll literally tell me, by the way, there are these kids in these specific classes that really have a hard time, and they're going to test you, push your boundaries, etc. And if you need us, we're there. But then when you call them, they're not there. When you ask again, they're not there. Sometimes you see them pass in the hall and the kid just flagged or did those behaviors and that flagged to you that they're doing the thing that you were told they would do, and that staff still is not even cluing in. That's trusting your reality in those moments. This is not a me problem. This is not working, the system, and therefore I'm out, right? I'm going to another one where I know where they will support me. I'm not going to knock 10 times. Trusting your reality is making peace with yourself and being your own best friend. It's knowing that you'll always have your own back and that you don't want to put yourself through situations where you're going to feel unsafe or unwell or undervalued or undersupported. Is knowing that, wait, I've got me, because who else is going to get me? Who else has got me? No one's going to do it for me, right? Kind of treating yourself like that kid you, that little version of you that needed a parent there to oversee. If I saw my kid in a work environment that they were being unsupported, undervalued, etc., I would be like, I want to remove you. At a certain age, you don't have your parents overlooking everything you're doing. And also, you sometimes don't have those kinds of parents that do that ever and actually taught you to stay in environments that you didn't feel well or weren't treated well. But when you get to a certain age, you can do it for yourself. And that's so empowering. And that's so lovely. Because you really do get to look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and be like, I got you. I got you. I trust you. I trust me. I know that I have my back. I know that I can stand up for myself. I can leave situations I don't like. I can, I can change it up. I can transition. I can find somewhere that's better suited for me. And there's always better somewhere. There's always better people. There's always better situations. There's always better work. There really is. Always better, career shifts, jobs, workspaces, bosses. I've hopped around, and trust me, I've never ever regretted making the choice to leave something or leave somewhere. Ever. I just had a flash of one of them. I was like, nope, not that either. Genuinely trusting yourself boils down to, I'm worth so much. I value myself and my opinion, and I know when things are right and things aren't so right, at least for me, and maybe they're right for someone else, but for me, this is a no. And I act on my own best interest and for my own self. That's so worthy and so lovely and lovable. And when I'm in the safest and best environments and I support who I am and I feel supported, I thrive, I flourish like a flower. And we all deserve that, but it's all about you knowing that you trust you. You trust you. You believe in you, you love you, and you can just let yourself be okay. And that starts with being in spaces where you can be okay, being in situations where you do feel okay, addressing concerns. If it's things with interpersonal relationships, bringing them up, being like, I trust that I can handle this, and I can also handle however the reaction of the other person will be as well, because I deserve to feel good. I'm Tiana Maighan. You can follow me on Only My Own Validation on Instagram. I also do one-on-one coaching. You can DM me on Instagram for that. I studied teaching, screenwriting, and I love anything to do with psychology, therapy, and the color pink, to be honest. And I will repeat that a lot on these videos. See you soon.